Everyone's moving to Austin, but nobody talks about the tolls, the no-see-ums, the Death Star. I'm Sammy Midler, Austin, Texas realtor, and I'm going to give you the roadmap survival guide to Austin that no one gave me when I moved here in 2016. I'm going to save you thousands of dollars, a whole lot of heartache, and potentially, maybe, possibly save your life. Let's get into it. Everyone moves here for the sunshine, but if you're not careful, that sun can put you in the hospital. I learned that the hard way. That's right. When I first moved here, I spent every day at Barton Springs pool or a rooftop pool. I was drinking margaritas, eating tacos, living the Austin life and loving it. But I didn't realize how hard my body was working to keep myself cool. I was in the sun a lot. I wasn't drinking as much water because I guess margaritas aren't water. Who knew? And I ended up with heat exhaustion. So I don't want that to happen to you. So first tip is to stay cool and hydrate. You know how they say everything's bigger in Texas? Well, go to the restaurants. Literally, the glasses are this big, and it's for a reason. You need to hydrate. A good rule of thumb is if you haven't peed in 4 hours, you're dehydrated and you need to drink ASAP. Speaking of staying cool, your car is going to be like a sauna in the summertime, or for most of the year actually. So you can't keep anything in your car. So just get used to that. Chapstick, liquid. Tom's main deodorant, liquid. Water bottles are going to melt and chemicals will get in your water. Yoga mats, crispy. So just mental note to yourself, your car is not a storage container when you're in Texas. Everything's got to be moved out unless it's paper. If you get a car, if you get a new car, you're moving here, you're getting a new car, get one that you can start from the outside. That way it can start circulating air and start the air conditioning. So when you get in the car, it's nice and cool. Speaking of air conditioning, AC in Austin is top notch, but so much so that you're gonna need a sweater. Like this one, it's actually January when I'm shooting this, and it's supposed to be 55, although with the sun, I am actually getting kind of hot. But this is a great option. You wanna bring this everywhere you go, the grocery store, the office, events, because the AC is so powerful, you're actually gonna feel cold, like chilly. My hands get cold. Seriously, I could wear gloves inside. The AC is so powerful. So just keep that in mind. When you're outside enjoying the summer, find water. This is Lady Bird Lake. We have Lake Austin. We have Lake Travis. We have Canyon Lake. So many lakes around the Austin area. We also have creeks and rivers to float down. And there are pools everywhere. That's one of my favorite things about Austin. There are pools everywhere, public pools, apartment pools, condo pools. People have pools at their houses. Everybody has a pool, okay? There's even an app called Swimly or Swimply, and you can go and borrow someone's pool. I know. There's splash pads for kids. In the summertime, we're always by the water. That's how we stay cool. Warning for pets. Um, when it's summertime, you can't take your pets for a walk after 9 a.m. or before 8 p.m. Their little pods, their little paws will burn, their little paws, their little beans. And if they start doing a happy dance, that's a bad sign. It means the pavement's too hot. Now, of course, you can let them out and they can run around in the yard. That's fine. But the pavement's way too hot in the summertime. So if you have pets, just keep that in mind. Early morning walks and late evening walks only. I want to warn you about west facing sun. So, whether you're buying or renting a house or you get an apartment, you need to be aware of where the sun is going to set because in the afternoon sun is so hot. I use the term oppressive. When I moved here, I was like, what is this? It permeates through the walls and it's heavy and it's hot. Well, we have a local term for it. We call it the Death Star. Yeah, like the sun, Death Star. That's how hot it is. It's oppressive. So that afternoon sun, you don't want it on, let's say, your kitchen windows or living room or primary bedroom. It's gonna bake those rooms. Now you could get solar shades and you could get awnings. That would be a good way to alleviate the heat. You could also make sure that there's plenty of insulation. Double pane windows are really important. So if you're renting a house and you think, wow, it's such a good price, this is so amazing, be sure to check if the windows are double pane or single pane because that's going to cost you hundreds of dollars a month for your electric bill when the AC is working really hard and it's just like you live in a very, like, basically you live in an oven. When you're here, you'll notice when the sun goes down, there is major relief. And that's actually when the city comes to life and everyone comes out of their houses and walks around and hangs out at patios. Once the sun goes down, it's very bearable. We have fans, we have misters, we have AC, and the sun, when it's down, it's lovely at night. Let's talk about housing. So there are 4 things I really want you to think about when you're looking at housing, and it all falls under the category of pest control. So in Texas, especially Austin, we have an American cockroach, and they'll come into your house when it's wet outside to get dry or when it's cold outside. And this does not mean that you have a dirty house. I don't know if you can hear this bird, but every time I stop talking, he doesn't talk, but whenever I'm talking, he's like, all right, buddy, thank you. We hear you, we see you. I don't think he likes me. Just make sure that the house that you're either buying or renting or the apartment has some kind of pest control in place and the exterior is very caulked and sealed. You'll be good. Second thing is termites. It's not who gets them, but when. And if you have conducive termite conditions, your termites can infest your house. Now, they're great out in nature, but they can destroy a home. They're not going to hurt you, but definitely the home. So that's something you have to watch out for. The third thing, scorpions, especially out in hill country or Westlake, or when there's new construction. You're basically tearing up their home, and so they're going to go find a new home. They're relocating just like you. So you can get a UV light and shine it outside and they'll show up as lime green. You can treat your yard for scorpions and ants and termites and roaches. So that's something you want to prioritize. The fourth one, and in my opinion, one of the worst ones, is no-see-ums. So no-see-ums, they get this nickname because you can't see them. Basically, they're tiny, tiny little gnats and they bite and they hurt like heck. You'll get red welts all over your ankles and you can't see them. But the good news is they're bad flyers. So if you just have a fan going, they'll be gone. But yeah, you'll be sitting outside and you won't see any mosquitoes. It's the no-see-ums. Okay, I lied. There's one more, and that's fire ants. This is probably actually the most important one. So what may look like an innocent pile of dirt in front of you, if you step on it, you will awaken a swarm of fire ants that will attack you. Talk about ants in your pants. It's not funny. It's terrible. They bite and they hurt. Imagine your kid or your animal doing it. So just be aware, these mounds of dirt, stay away from them. And if you have it in your backyard, be sure to treat it. 2 more things about the house hunting. Garages in Austin, they are like an oven. It's like an oven effect. So you can't store anything that's going to melt, like the car. Some houses, especially luxury homes, they are insulated. They might even have a mini split and they might be air conditioned, but most garages in Austin are not. They are super hot, and so you can't store a lot in there, or your goods will be damaged. Also, some homes have a washer dryer in the garage. So just imagine, you're really excited about the house. Be sure to check if the washer dryer is either inside or outside. I definitely recommend doing laundry inside because it's so hot in the garage. I've done both. Obviously, I prefer doing my laundry inside. Another thing, I don't know who this is going to bother, but something to consider, we do have mailbox clusters, not everywhere, but when it's 108 degrees, walking to go get your mail every day, it's not so fun. Driving around in Austin. In Austin, 20 minutes on the map feels like an hour in the car. Here's the secret to navigating the city without losing your mind or your money. First, you're going to want a car when you move to Austin. Now, you can bike. When I first arrived, I had been bike commuting in New York City for 5 years, going from all the way from Carroll Gardens, Brooklyn, all the way to the Upper East Side and back down again. Again, I was in my 20s, so it was a lot easier then. And then when I moved here, I was in my 30s and now I'm in my 40s. So, it gets harder as time goes on. But I would say what made it difficult was the humidity, the hills, and the traffic here. It's very different. And of course, the heat, obviously the heat. But I will say, for you, the biker, the passionate biker, I see you, you'll be fine. There's plenty of bike routes. In fact, the city prioritize putting in more bike lanes. So if you are a biker and you know you're going to be on your bike every day, go to the east side. It's flatter. There's a ton. It's just like the bike epicenter. It's mwah, mwah, mwah for biking. South also has some good bike routes, and then north, Walnut Creek Trail, they have a nice bike route. But I would say if you want to wake up and get on your bike and move around the city, east side's going to be the spot for you. As far as public transportation goes, some of my friends do not have cars, so they'll take the public transport, which is a bus, into the city, and then from there on it can be tricky and it can be time consuming to wait for another bus. So then they'll order a car, a Waymo via the Uber app, or they'll take a scooter, or they'll walk. So it it can help you, but it's definitely better to have a car. There is a light rail going from the east side to north. Other than that, it's buses. So we do have a lot of Waymos in Austin. They're self-driving vehicles. You can order them via the Uber app right now, and those are super popular. They're everywhere. I was once at an intersection, and every single car in front of me was a Waymo. I would definitely get coverage for your windshield because since being in Austin, I've had cracks on my windshield from trucks and construction pretty much every year. Toll roads. We have 10 toll roads in Austin, and it's very important when you're deciding where to live, make sure that your commute isn't going to be involving an expensive toll road. So, South MoPac Express Lane, that's going to be your most expensive per mile because it's a variable toll, meaning like when it's really busy, the price goes up. Highway 130 on the east side, it's a beautiful highway. It's super smooth, wide lanes. It's very spacious, so you can go really fast. That one is about $30 from Seguin to Georgetown. I would say for a regular commuter, it's going to be $8 one way. Then the other one is 183 around Cedar Park and Leander. That also adds up, so be careful of that toll road. If you want to save about 30 to 50% on your tolls, you can also get a tag. Have NTTA. You could also get Texas tag, and it's a sticker that goes on your car, and you get charged online. Watch out for tolls that say pay by mail. Those are going to be more expensive. Again, ways to save money, just so you know. I got you. I got you. Food in Austin. If you want to fit in like a local immediately, you need to understand the three big food groups that basically defines our entire identity. Queso. Queso in Austin is its own food category in the food pyramid, according to the official Austin food pyramid. Yes, so if you have been eating queso every single day at every single meal, welcome. You are one of us. Now, after a while, you're going to want to pull back because you will gain 10 pounds, but that happens to everybody. That's basically your rite of passage to becoming an Austinite. So, queso away. The second important food in Austin is tacos. So, you are going to become a taco snob, and that's okay. If you're not okay with it, though, you shouldn't move here because you won't want to eat tacos anywhere else. And the third category is barbecue. Listen, guys, we have the best barbecue. My mouth is watering just thinking of it. My eyes are watering, but I think that's because of the allergies. Top three are Terry Black's, Moreno Barbecue, and Leroy and Lewis. But there are so many. Oh, I love barbecue. So good. You know, on that note, I'm going to take a break, eat a snack, and then I'm going to come back for part two.